If you've got areas on your farm that are not as productive as they might be, you can put it to trees. We'll cover 100% of the costs to get those trees in the ground, and we'll stay with the landowner for 15 years and helping them with any maintenance costs that they may need throughout that period.
Given our location on the edge of Bedford, we're constantly facing urban sprawl development pressure from housing and industrial development. We wanted to create an environment for existing species as well as creating habitat where new species may be able to come back to these sorts of farming areas. We looked at various tree, woodland grant options, and when we saw the Trees for Climate option, we thought that it was the most competitive financially, which for a small tenant business like ours is important. But also they offered the expertise and the whole package, so from planning right through to delivery and then subsequently also the maintenance as well.
It's a simple process, really. The grant covers 100% of capital costs, and there are various different types of woodlands, say, that fit into that scheme. And then there's a 15-year programme of maintenance payments as well. We're a local community forest. We provide a very personal service, so we're here a lot of the time. The grant system is very, very simple, and it's explained at every single stage. And the whole process is very short, a matter of a few months. We can get from an initial design scheme, a grant offer, and we see the whole process through from start to end.
The community forest delivered a plan and a map, and then we walked around the farm and looked at what was going to be practical. So for example, we had areas which we wanted to put a shelter belt in, but we also needed to leave gaps for machinery to get through. And the community forest understood those needs and really wanted to work with us to make sure that what planting was going on actually worked in this environment. The experience working with our local community forest has been really smooth. Really quickly we realised that the team have got such fantastic local knowledge. They've delivered schemes in this area already, and they understood what we were trying to achieve here really quickly and created a plan that was going to be practical to implement.
I tried going into this sort of thing 20 years ago to make a bit of a forest. Too much red tape and then not enough backing. You know, if you filled the forms in wrong, you know, it wasn't going to work. So we sort of pulled out of it. But this time, they've helped us so much get through all the paperwork and the admin and that, and it's been a weight off my shoulders, like, completely. I'm only planting on land. For me as an uphill farmer, it grows moss and that in the grass, so we don't get a lot of sunlight here. So at the back of us, like, there's the hillside, so we don't see the sun a lot in winter time. So that's where I'm planting, on the lesser favoured areas, and still keeping my grassland, my meadows, and stock are still roaming about. Well, the support we've had it's been tremendous, because they've helped in all areas. So helped to re-establish tracks better, fencing, going forward, possibly putting hedging in and stuff like that. So, and the trees themselves, and it's just been a wonderful experience. But as I say, a vision of mine 20 years ago is happening now. It's a shame it's 20 years on, but we're in the now.
We will take the landowner through all the regulatory process, or all the boring paperwork side of getting woodland in the ground, because we obviously want to plant in the right place. We will help select the right tree species for the site, tree numbers and the right protection to make sure that the trees can grow. And we'll work with landowners and farmers to ensure that the woodland fits well within their farm business. There's plenty of funding available for the next few years, and maybe beyond that, hopefully. We're always on the lookout for sites, appropriate sites, and we want to get more and more trees in the ground.